Hey guys, it's Rebecca and it is week 18. I realize that I haven't posted in 3 weeks and I'm so sorry. Things have been crazy. We're gonna go with crazy. Um, I am totally doing this video in my pajamas. My hair's a mess. And it is, what's, trying to get my watch to tell me what time it is. It's like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, because I can't sleep. And I really wanted to make a video, so I'm sorry that the camera's like shaking all over the place. I'm trying to hold it in my hand. I haven't taken off my makeup from the day. You can see the bags under my eyes. I haven't been sleeping. I feel like I look like a hot mess, like jeepers. Sorry guys, I didn't realize my eyes look so dark. Okay, anyways, sorry. Also, if you're wondering why my eyes look so dark, this one's like really messed up because I tried using liquid eyeliner and it didn't play nice. Liquid eyeliner does not play nice with me, and my lips look really weird. But that's because so I've been really into lip scents, and it's starting to wear off, so it's getting like really weird lines, but I just realized that it makes my lips look like crazy big. They're not that big. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so let's run through some stats, shall we? So week 18. So, if you're new to my channel, obviously my name is Rebecca. It says on my channel. And hopefully, you'll go back and watch some of the content. There's lots of various things. You'll get to know me a little bit if you go back and watch some of the older videos. But please feel free to click the subscribe button and to leave a comment. I try to always reply to people when they comment. If you have questions, concerns, anything, definitely let me know and I will respond. I won't respond to haters though. I have deleted some hate comments without responding because I don't have time for that. So let's run through the stats. So I had gastric bypass surgery 18 weeks ago, so that was October 24th. I started OptiFast on October 3rd, and my highest weight ever recorded was 384 pounds. And that was the day I started OptiFast. As of Thursday, I think it was Thursday, I did a weigh-in and I am down 114 pounds. I believe I weighed in at 272 pounds. So in 18 weeks, I've lost 114 pounds. So that's exciting. I feel like I should be a little farther ahead, but there's been so much stress and so many issues that I'm really honestly not surprised. I'm actually kind of worried about gaining weight at this point. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. This video is probably going to be a little different. Things are a little bit crazy in my world, and I'm going to share a little bit of that with you guys. I'm not going to go into too many details, but I just think it's important. Like, there's some things that I think people don't talk about, and we need to talk about it. So one of the things that they brought up when I went to my pre-surgical class was how hard weight loss surgery is on relationships. Be that romantic relationships, friendships, relationships with your family members. It's really hard because the person going through surgery, they're going to have a lot of changes, and not everybody's going to be supportive of that. Not everybody is going to understand. Some of the things that don't get talked about as much is like hormone changes and hormone fluctuations and stuff, and the mental health side of things. So there's a lot that goes on before, during, and after surgery. There's a lot. And I think anybody would be silly to think that there isn't. And if you are already having problems in any of your relationships, sometimes the surgery can exacerbate those. So if you're thinking of getting surgery and you're worried about how it's going to affect your marriage or your relationship with your parents or your siblings or your kids or anything, I'm going to suggest, like, as part of your pre-surgical stuff, do some counseling with them first. Work on getting those relationships to the healthiest spot that they can be. Part of the reason why I haven't posted a video in 3 weeks is because my husband and I separated. And it's not all surgery related. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, well, I had the surgery and now we don't love each other or anything. But I think that the surgery exasperated an already complicated situation. So I'm currently not at home, if you can't tell by the fact that I'm not in my office where I normally record videos. I have moved out and I'm staying somewhere temporarily, and then I am looking for my own place right now, and we're gonna see where things lead. But I can tell you that when you're in a relationship with somebody and it becomes very codependent, and not one person more so than another, just in different ways. My husband and I were very codependent on each other. I'm naturally a person who's very nurturing, so I like to take care of people. I also like to be in control. So for me, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, I don't mind doing those things. I get annoyed at being expected to do them, but I don't mind doing those things. I don't mind being the person who calls the doctor to make your appointments for you. And not because I want to be that controlling, but I also get that my husband is working crazy hours and couldn't always do those things. But sometimes it'll get to the point where I've taken his power away to function as an adult male. And for me, I got really dependent on him through having lots of illnesses. Again, if you go back and watch my videos, you'll know that I've had massive mental health struggles. I've had lots of physical health struggles. In the last year alone, having some crazy diagnosis, like being diagnosed with hemiplegic migraines and fibromyalgia and a whole host of things, and so he's had to take care of me. Sometimes quite literally take care of me when I couldn't get out of bed, or when my mental health was really bad and I didn't function. I couldn't function as an adult woman the way that I should have. I had a very severe period of time where I couldn't cook. I would walk into a kitchen and I would burst into tears because my anxiety around food was so bad. I have a history of eating disorders, and it flares. It flares frequently. But it got really, really bad where I basically had a fear of my kitchen, of cooking, of doing anything, and it took his help and some amazing friends to start walking me through slowly. And I'm a good cook. I love cooking. But I was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to cook. I don't know what to make. I would get overwhelmed so fast. And so things like that, or when I would need help because I couldn't tie my shoes or walk up a set of stairs by myself, or my social anxiety was too high that I couldn't go outside the house without somebody, he had to take care of me, and that's not a fair role for him to have taken on, but it's where we were at, and he did it, and I'm so thankful that he did do it. And I knew things were going to change with my surgery, and I could feel it, and I think he could feel it, and so even before my surgery, our relationship started to change, and it wasn't necessarily for the worst, but it wasn't necessarily for the better, and I think our communication issues and our insecurities have sort of led to the position that we're in. There's other things that make it a little bit more complicated, but I'm not going to share those personal details on here because because that's not fair to him. And I don't want to do that. And it's not fair to me. It's already hard. This is already hard. And so after my surgery, after I started losing weight, we started fighting more because he felt insecure. I felt more confident. You know, I'm doing more things. I'm going out more. I'm having fun. My personality, I think, changed a little bit because, and not changed, but I had allowed myself to become sort of housebound without becoming housebound. I had allowed so many things to take over that the surgery was like coming up for a bit of air again. Like seeing the weight loss and feeling better about myself and moving around more and just all of those things giving me new life and new confidence made such a difference for me. Suddenly I was going out every Thursday to karaoke. I'm hanging out with friends more. I'm going for walks. I'm never home. I shouldn't say never home. I was gone a lot because I was starting to enjoy going out and doing things. I don't need help doing up my shoes, or sometimes as embarrassing as it was, like at my biggest, I needed help putting my socks on or putting my underwear on because I was in so much pain. I just couldn't bend. I couldn't do the things I needed to do. I couldn't keep stable enough to do that. And so, you know, when you get to the point where you don't need somebody and you're able to do so many things by yourself, it changes the dynamic of your relationship. And if you're already having issues in that relationship, that struggle becomes intensified. It's like putting a magnifying glass on something that's already really big and seeing it even bigger. And so things kind of came to the point where we needed to take a step away. And neither one of us know what the future looks like. My husband's taking time to work on him and some of his issues because in all of this he's realized that there's things that he needs to work on. There's things that he didn't realize were issues or he didn't realize were happening. And so he's taking time, I'm taking time, and in the end, if we get back together, that would be fantastic, and if we don't, we'll deal with that too. It's not a lack of loving each other, we've gotten to the place where we don't know each other anymore, which didn't happen just because of the surgery, but was, again, intensified because of the surgery. Where our communication hasn't been there, we don't know each other that well, we don't, just so many things. And so, you know, I'm not blaming the surgery for where my marriage is at, but it definitely has played a huge factor into that. So, you know, I feel like if there's one thing that I could say to anybody is if there's anything in your life that you can work on before the surgery, if there's relationships that you can work on and fix before you go through the surgery, I would suggest doing it. As much as possible, go to counseling. You know, if you're part of a church, go talk to the pastors, like figure out what you can do to make those relationships as strong as possible, and then keep going afterwards so that you have the accountability, and hopefully avoid a situation that's like this. You know, marriages aren't easy, relationships aren't easy, they take work, they take understanding from both parties, and so just keeps it in mind. There's no cakewalk, there's no walk in the park. The other struggle, there's like other struggles that I've had. I'm not dealing with the separation. I've made some really unhealthy choices, and I would be lying if I told you I was being the perfect bariatric patient. I have eaten things I shouldn't have eaten. I have drank alcohol when I know I shouldn't have drank alcohol. I've pushed the boundaries and the limits for everything, and things are starting to kind of settle down a little bit in terms of coming to a place of, I don't want to say peace because I don't feel peaceful. Understanding maybe of what I can change and what I can do and what I can't do and what that looks like and what I have to let go of. And for a person who likes control, not knowing what the future is going to hold is a huge deal for me. So, again, like, really late at night. Yeah, I don't know what the future is going to hold, but I have to be okay with whatever happens, and I have to take care of me. And so now I'm starting to, like, realize that acting out or coping with poor strategies, that's not going to be the best way for me to deal with this. My mental health has taken a hit in all of this. Like I said, I haven't been sleeping. I've hit a really bad depression. It's different than any depression that I've been in before because I don't feel sad and weepy all the time. I don't feel lethargic all the time. I still feel energetic and happy. But the moments that I feel down are so painful that they bring me to a place of wondering if I can make it, if I can go on, if I'm, if I can survive this. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of so many things that are happening right now, but I am proud of the fact that I'm still here. I'm proud of the fact that I'm learning. I'm proud of the fact that this is a journey, and not, there's, like, the final destination hasn't happened yet. So, we keep pushing on, we keep going. I've been struggling so much, and I've talked to the nurse practitioners at the hospital, and I've talked to counselors about the fact that I really feel like I've gained some body dysmorphia from the surgery. It's really been a struggle. Eating disorder flare-ups have been ridiculous, to the point where, I've gone 2 or 3 days without eating, and I know, again, that that's not healthy, and that's not what I want for my body, but I was so caught up, I've been so caught up in the emotional state of things that I would get to the end of the day and be like, oh, I haven't eaten anything, well, I'm going to bed, I'll eat tomorrow. And then the same thing would happen, and until, one of my friends was like, okay, we're sitting down and we're going to eat because you need to eat something. I'm a person, when I get super emotional, I don't eat a whole lot, and when you're already not hungry from the surgery, it's really easy not to eat a whole lot. So it's not something I would recommend. You don't want to get into those habits because those habits are sometimes what got us to this place in the first place. So, there's a lot of struggles going on, and I would be remiss not to be real with you guys and share those struggles, but I still wouldn't change having this surgery. I still am so thankful that even if my husband and I were to decide to divorce tomorrow, that he was here with me, walking these paths with me, whether they were dysfunctional or not. I still had a supportive person to do that with, and I wouldn't trade that. I'm really thankful for friends right now. I have some amazing friends who have rallied around me while I'm walking through this process, and we have friends that are rallying around him as he's walking through his side of the process. And I'm so grateful for that. So I'm taking each day as it comes. I trying to set myself up for the best success, but that's where things are at. That's why I haven't posted. I've been trying to deal with so many things. I haven't forgotten to post. I haven't forgotten about you guys and been wanting to check in. And part of it is just not knowing where to start. Not knowing how to say to you guys, hey, like, this is happening. But I realized that the best thing I could do is be honest, and go from there. So, yeah, I hope you all are having an amazing night, though. Spring is just around the corner, so I hope that you are enjoying the onset of the newness of life that spring brings. It's a new season, it's a new and fresh start for the world, and so I'm hoping that you all enjoy every moment that there is for that. If you have any questions or comments, again, leave them down below. I will try to answer each and every one of you who messages me, and yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.